Ian, 6 goals, a couple of penalties, only one would actually be given. That game had absolutely everything but a winner in the end.
Yeah, it did. Two good teams, both wanting to win the game. At no point did Solihull sit back, at no point did we sit back. And maybe we sat back a little bit towards the end because we were pinned in. They threw everything at us. But both teams wanted to win the game. It was wide open, too open at times. But I think, yeah, it was. I mean, it would have been a great game to watch. 3-2. I hope that we're going to close the game out, but they threw everything at us. It's a great strike, from distance, and it's a bit of a wonder strike to draw it 3-3. But yeah, entertaining game.
Point fair, or do you feel like because you were 3-2 up in the late stages that it's 2 drops? But it feels like a good point.
Yeah, I think it's a fair point. I think we go behind early to the penalty, which, considering we've had to make a lot of changes today. We've changed 3 of the back 4. Jaden, Brins, Cam, Matty Palmer, Eli, all missing today. So we knew that there was a lot of players that haven't played a lot that are coming in. They haven't played together that much. So we knew that's a problem against a good team. Dallas and Sabara were outstanding. I thought Sabara was superb. His movement and running was a constant problem. And to go one behind away, I thought we showed really good resilience in that first half to then come back in, and the way we kind of came back and we score the goal. Brunty hits the post straight after, which is a brilliant chance. And look, I thought we came out second half and pinned them in, and we did really, really well. But they kept pegging us back, and they never lay down, and yeah, that's football sometimes. But overall, I think probably a fair point.
Yeah, talk me through how proud you are of your players, given that you had to make so many changes. And I mean, we spoke briefly about it after Saturday's game, but you got players in there who have hardly featured, some of them since November. Mr. Ever-Present Matty Palmer's not there. I mean, Mr. Fantastic at the minute, Eli Sam's not there, and yet, you go behind 6 minutes into the game and still have enough about you as a group to dig yourself out of it.
I think that says a lot about them. Like you say, probably in the last few weeks, Jaden, Brins, Eli, consistently our top performers, and they were missing tonight. Jaden again felt it in the hamstring. We couldn't get him on. He felt it in the warm-up. So we were bare bones tonight. That's the reality. But then the boys that came in, Dion battled unbelievably well. Lacey with another goal. I thought Ed Francis controlled the game in midfield. Young lad in there without Matty Palmer's give a lot of experience. I thought Ed was brilliant. So a lot of good performances in there. Of course, we'll have to look at the goals. We were open at times, but penalty, and if you consider one's a penalty, one's a real long range strike in there. It's a credit to the players that came in, because it isn't easy to play very few minutes or lacking minutes and then come in against the top team in this league and perform like they did.
How do you think your players stood up to the aerial challenge that they have? Obviously, Mark Ellis gets his head on balls. Kyle Hudling comes on and he's 6'9" or something like that. And those balls into the penalty area can be a difficult thing to defend.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Kyle Hudling came on and he caused a problem. Causes a real problem. And I tell you what, he's got a lovely touch as well when he brings the ball down. So he causes a constant problem. I thought we defended Mark well on corners. You didn't get many first contacts. Bit unlucky with the penalty. I think Chicks just turns and he doesn't see, and it just hits his hand. But I thought we defended the aerial battles pretty well today, competed well, and I thought we were a threat on set plays today. We had a couple of good opportunities from him.
Ruben Rodriguez, was that his best performance of the season? And if not, it can't be far off it.
Yeah, he was playing wide left of a front three, and that gave a different dimension to him, because he's played as a 10, and I think a lot of teams have just man-marked him in there. When he's on the left, he got to drift a little bit more. He found some really good spaces. I thought Brunty played well coming in. So, like I say, we're disappointed that we're ahead late in the game and we don't get anything out of it. But I think, considering the circumstances, the players lost, the players coming in, they've done well.
Matty Palmer and Eli Sam, how long do you think they'll be out for?
We won't see them on Friday. They weren't well today, so we are highly unlikely that they'll be available for Wrexham. Maybe Tuesday.
And any chance that, I think we know that probably Kyle Cameron's going to be out for a little while longer, but any chance do you think Jayden will be fit for, if not Friday, next Tuesday in another important league game?
Yeah, I think Friday's a push, but we're hoping for Tuesday. It's not a pull, he hasn't done, but it's a lot of tightness in there, and I think, we're talking with the physios, if we play him today, we put him at big risk, and we can't afford to do that. We've got to be smart. Dion's a good player, he came in and did a great job, so and I think maybe Bryn's on Tuesday as well. We'll check him this week.
I guess it's grateful then of an FA Trophy game this week and not another league game, because obviously we know where the priority is.
Yeah, I know there was some discussion about, when you get through in the FA Trophy, that means that you've got more games, and actually it's a blessing now, because I think I'd rather a trophy than a league game at the weekend.
A lot of fans will have come away from here this evening, 650 from Notts, great support, and will have been thoroughly entertained by that. You want to do it again in the playoffs against these guys?
Yeah, that'll be fun. Listen, I like playing teams that attack, and fair play. Me and Neil just spoke in there, and we both said, look, two good teams that want to go at each other and wide open, and it was a great entertainment for football. I think anybody that was here would have enjoyed the game. Our supporters were fantastic. They'll be disappointed that we don't win, I understand that, but crazy game, and sometimes that happens, and sometimes when it is, it's not good for coaches when it's so open, but I think for supporters it can be entertaining to see so many goal chances.
Appreciate your time, enjoyed it this evening, thanks a lot.